My name's Laura. I sing for the Sort.
My name is Clark Fraley. I play guitar.
I'm Bryant Murphy. I play drums in the Sort.
My name is John Bone. Play bass guitar.
Started out, Laura and I were in a band before together, and that band is sort of on the back burner at best, and because the bass player went to play for another band out in California.
Clark and I started the band together, just the two of us, as kind of like we had both just gotten out of other bands, and we're like, we really need to continue to play music, so we both just started recording in his studio at his house.
We started doing something new after that band kind of, I don't know, went dormant, I guess. And Laura actually left that band, and then her and I wanted to do something new, and so we worked on putting together some songs together and started working on them on my computer. Then we got a bunch of demos done.
I mean, he could program the drums and play the guitar, and I could sing and do keys, so it just kind of ended up like we were like, we can do all this by ourselves.
And eventually, like, hey, let's, you know, get a couple of guys so we can play live.
So we did, and then eventually we decided to take it live and got Bryant and John to fill in the open spaces.
I'd played with Bryant years ago in another band, and we always jived really well.
I used to play music with Clark back in the late 90s. We were in a band called Saw, and we were recently reunited when he was looking for a rhythm section.
Him and this guy John Bone played another band together, and like you know, just kind of like a good solid rhythm unit.
I joined the band at the same time Bryant did, when the kids decided they needed a rhythm section, I guess.
And so like, hey, we should talk to those guys, and they were really excited about it, and so we started jamming, and it just went perfectly.
Bass, well, when I was a kid, bass was, I started off playing violin, which is similar tuning, EADG. It is EADG, I hope, at this point. And it was just easier. I couldn't figure out chord composition by myself as a kid sitting in a room, so it just kind of came out as bass lines. And then as I've gotten older and taken more theory, now chord composition is not as hard. And I guess, you know, I could play regular guitar, but just bass kind of stuck. It's just what I've done. And essentially I've been a journeyman, you know, like just kind of bopped around from band to band to band to band and filled in holes. And it seems like Bryant was a lot of kind of a shared experience. He did a lot of the same thing, like bumped around whoever needed a drummer, and then maybe even Clark for a while there. But I think Clark and Bryant played together in Saw, and it's you know, the same incestuous family. Laura and Adam, her brother, had been around for a while, and it was just eventually you run out of people to play with and start new bands with some different people. I don't know.
Well, my dad played guitar, and there were guitars sitting around, and I don't know, I was home one day, I was about 16, and I said, oh, I think I'll pick this up and play with it, and then I never put it down. So.
I actually played drums in a band for 2 years before I started singing in bands, and I don't know, I could always sing a little bit, so I just eventually got tired of playing drums because you can't make melody with drums. So I taught myself how to play the piano, and then the singing just kind of came after that. I started writing like little piano songs and singing, and then just the opportunity just came with Rockbot, and after that, I don't know, it just seems natural.
Oh, I don't know. It was so long ago. When I was like 12 and I started playing, and that's about 25 years ago.
Probably, I'm a huge Tori Amos fan, big Juliana Hatfield fan. There's this band called Frente, they're from Australia, and she's got this cute little voice I just love.
I mean, I like all kinds of music. I've been into whatever, you know, rock and roll, punk rock, jazz. So there's definitely a lot of influences, you know, but I wouldn't really say any one or any small group of individuals or bands have really been a huge influence on me. It's more so just a, collective sort of thing,
Listen to a few different things. I mean, on the more extreme end of things, I listen to a lot of metal, and then other than that, mostly sort of mid-tempo rock, and then we'll dabble in a few other things, but mostly rock and metal.
Well, I live with Clark. Let's see. Clark skateboards. He's really, really awesome. He's sponsored by a company called Bonsai Boards, and he's amazing to watch. And he also repairs video games for a living, which is kind of a cool job.
I'd never been in a band with Laura before. I played with her older brother for years. Her older brother, Adam, played keyboards in Saw with me and Clark. And so I'd met her, I've known her for years. She used to come to the Saw shows and stuff like that. And I honestly hadn't realized how good her voice was until recently when Clark played me the recordings with the Sword. And she's great. She's got an awesome presence. She's got a great voice. And I've known John for years as well too, Richmond scene. We used to play in different bands together, shows, we play out of town and stuff like that, and like combo tours and stuff. And we were actually roommates until recently, so it's very easy to work with, and we're all just good friends. So it's really just, I don't know, I don't want to jinx it, but it is very easy to play with them.
Big B has been playing drums forever. He used to play in a band called Saw with Clark, actually. All these guys have somehow tied in music. Oh, John Bone, sorry, changing the subject, used to play for Lazy Cane, which they were pretty big in Richmond for a while. And all these guys have played with so many different bands since the beginning of time. They're all older than me.
Usually put together all the guitar for the songs and just kind of how they're laid out, and then Laura does her treatment to it, and then the other guys come in and write to that.
The melody writing comes first. First, Clark will lay down the song on guitar, just like a sketch of the song.
Most of the stuff that we do, Clark kind of will record a really basic drum track using some kind of program on his Mac or something like that, and it'll have like a really basic kind of groove. And if I like it, I'll just kind of stick to what he's done and maybe try to embellish it a little bit. Or if it's not something that I'm really into, I'll bring in some of my own ideas, and over time, over a month or so time going through the song, trying different ideas, it kind of will flesh itself out. But mostly Clark comes up with pretty good ideas, so it's kind of nice to have somebody else in the band that's writing songs that have an idea of how they want the song to groove or whatever, instead of me just having kind of work with it. It saves a lot of time in the long run. We can go in and Clark can have a new song idea played for us like 3 times, and we pretty much have it at that point, basically. But I've been in bands before, it takes like, 2 months to write a song because no one's really focusing on the songwriting. It's more like, I've got this part, let's jam out, let's play this part, what part we gotta go to that. It's kind of just like fishing. But Clark, as a songwriter, is definitely, he's got a very good concept of what he wants to do, and 99% of the time, it's great. So it's very easy for me to just go in and do my thing. And I think a lot of that comes with, having played with it before. We have that comfort level with each other. We almost kind of can expect what each other